Greetings, visionaries. This is your host, the INFJ Visionary. We're going to talk about, lots of stuff, lots of different things. Maybe no one thing, but first off, I want to point out to anybody that might be interested that I'm not a psychotherapist. I'm not an expert in Jungian archetypes. I am an INFJ. So I'm not going to be teaching you much about the mechanics of the psychotherapy definitions of what is and is not an INFJ. The whole purpose of the channel is just to let you know what my life is like, and I'm assuming you're probably an INFJ too, and it's just a big NI fest. So with that out of the way, the other thing I wanted to chat about, I was thinking about, I work at a community arts center, and there's a lot of different artists there. I'm one of the only painters there, but it got me thinking not just about what I do with my art and my painting. The theme that I wanted to discuss was that I really don't care what other people are doing. I really don't, honestly. Sometimes, especially now that I'm a bit older, sometimes when I was younger, it could be rub you a little raw, say, to be working in a field, and for somebody who is less talented to be enjoying, more financial and popular success than yourself can be a little irritating. But I think when you pull back and you just look at that for what it is, which is just envy, it's not that big a factor. It has never been that big a factor. I won't say I've been immune to it, but increasingly I am. I really don't care what other people are doing in my field. I don't. I wish them well. The thing is, like, I've reached a certain level of professionalism and competence and mastery, so it's not like I'm trying to pick up things from other masters around. I'm doing my own thing. Now, I don't know if that's true of you, but I was thinking about this from the INFJ perspective. I think that we tend to be self-contained. I think that while the NI itself is not self-contained, it's actually quite vast, like an ocean, as Ren has described it, or an abyss, as I like to describe it. It's quite vast, and it is the deep subconscious. And when you exit the personal levels of subconscious, I believe Jung believed, that you enter the universal unconscious, the universal mind. So in a sense, we're connected with that at all times. We can go deeper and deeper into it. But I think we're all locked in our own minds. I think the experience of NI, we don't even realize what it is. It's just the way we are. After a certain point, it's a bit uncomfortable. Maybe in childhood you realize that all I knew is that other people weren't like me. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was born this way. I wouldn't have asked for it, but of course I don't want to be anyone else either. So that's what I mean. We're self-contained. We hold our own. We stand firm. The thing is, like, there are some other introverted types that are like this as well, and I think, frankly, they do a better job of it than we do. I think your INTJs do a better job, and I think your INTPs as well. Talking about introverted types that stand on their own, especially I'm very, very familiar with INTPs. I've worked very closely with them and had them as close friends. And they truly do not care that much what other people are thinking or what's going on. They don't necessarily, and I don't want to speak too much for INTPs or the INTP perspective, but I have been around it, so I can speak with some authority. They don't necessarily like being ostracized or left out, or ignored, but it doesn't get under their skin like it could do with us. And it might seem like I'm being a little contradictory because on one hand I say we stand alone, and on the other hand, and I say we stand alone, and I'm not affected by in my professional career or whatever what's going on. But in the other side of the breath, I would say, oh, I would like some attention. I would like some acknowledgement. I think that's just human, you know. I don't think that's necessarily. I do think actually, yes, that's definitely part of the extroverted feeling function. There we have that little niggling desire to be plugged into the societal matrix in big and small ways, and we can't escape it. And that's one of the reasons why I've made the argument here before. But I don't think we're natural hermit types. What we are is natural sage types. We are the wizard, the medicine man or medicine woman or wise woman that lives at the edge of the village, and people come see us when they need advice or they need healing or they need something. And they know that because we're a little bit outside of the everyday culture, that that also gives us an ability to see that entire culture with a little more breadth and depth than people that are subsumed in it, right? Yeah, I don't. So when I say I don't really care, I really truly don't. Would I? It's not that I care what other people are doing. It's more that I would like to be understood. I would like my work to be understood, and not just at the cursory level, like, oh, that's beautiful, but at the sort of depthy level that I'm producing it at. Which, let's face it, that has happened. I've been very fortunate in that regard. But it's rare. Most people are just going to sail on through their lives, and you can't be mad at them. As I pointed out in our last broadcast, I think, and this was touched on a video I watched not that long ago. I don't think we're the best integrated type. I think life is harder for us, and that's one reason why it does get easier as you get older. You get more comfortable because you've been down all the roads, all the possible roads that INFJs can go down. And so after a while, you just know how things are. And if you know how things are and you still are getting a bit tweaked about things, then you're a fool, basically. And I'm not saying that, I'm not calling you a fool. But come on, if you have enough presence of mind to understand what's going on, and yet you insist on being upset about it, doesn't make much sense. And of course, now I'll say on the other side of that, perfectly understandable. For example, when you're younger, you don't know what's going on. All you know is who you are, and you're constantly being exposed to what other people are, and they're not like you, and you're not on the same wavelength. And what are you going to do with it? You basically just kind of quietly suffer, and you gird your loins, and you bootstrap yourself, and you find a way to find strength within yourself. And that's what I'm talking about. We do that. We are that in spite of the open-ended little niggling bit, that extroverted feeling that wants the acknowledgement, it wants the respect, right? It wants to be understood. I'm wiggling my fingers in front of me as I speak. And I appreciate you just enjoying the imagery. I could do a camera-facing channel, but I think this is better because basically this is all about the NI, my friend. This is all about the NI. Just if you jump in with me, we're just going for a dive in the ocean, man. We're just going to take a swim, and until I come back in a couple of days, I hope you enjoyed this nice little swim we had, and do me a favor, just keep on keeping on, INFJ.